My dear students, you are all welcome to my study channel Students Asset, which is of paramount importance, particularly for the high school students. Today, I have decided to discuss about the use of modal auxiliary verbs. In my previous video, I have already told you that there are 13 modals or modal auxiliary verbs. They are will, would, shall, should, can, could, may, might, used to, ought to, must, dare, need. Now let me give you a clear-cut understanding about each of these modals, how they are used in our sentences. First, you should know that all the modal verbs are those verbs which are used to express permission, probability or possibility, necessity, certainty, advice, obligation, wish, etc. Now let us see how modal auxiliary verbs are used to express permission. Permission. अर्थ अनुमति. परमिशन अर्थ अनुमति. Can, could, may, might. Can, could, may, might. Can, could, may, might, shall. These 5 modal auxiliary verbs, can, could, may, might, shall. These 5 modals are used to express permission in a sentence. Can. First, you can use my book. This is a sentence. You can use my book. तुमे मो बही व्यवहार करी पारिब. I am giving you permission to use my book. In other words, you are permitted to use my book. So the modal auxiliary verb can expresses permission here. Similarly, could. Can I go outside? Can I go outside? In the first sentence, I give you permission to use my book. But look at the second sentence. Can I go outside? In the second sentence, a student seeks permission of his teacher to go out. So permission is given or permission is sought, taken. So can I go outside? Here the student seeks the permission of his teacher to go out. In these two cases, permission is expressed in these sentences by the modal auxiliary verb can. Then could I have a cup of tea? COULD. Could I have a cup of tea? Could I have a cup of tea? Here I seek the permission of somebody to have a cup of tea. Could is the past tense form of a can. Thus, can and could are two modal auxiliary verbs which are used to express permission. Similarly, may I come in, sir? May I come in, sir? May I come in, sir? Here, a student seeks the permission of his teacher to enter into the classroom. So, may is a modal auxiliary verb which is used to express permission. Might is the past form of may. Might I ask your name? Might I ask your name? Might also expresses permission, but might is the most polite form. It is a polite form. More politely, one seeks permission for knowing the name of any other person. So, may, might are also used to express permission. Can, could, may, might. Then shall, modal auxiliary verb. It is also used to express permission in a sentence. How? Shall we go home? Shall we go home now? Shall we go home now? Here, the children or the students seek the permission of their teacher to go home. So, permission বা অনুমতি ଆମର can, could, may, might, shall. These 5 modal auxiliary verbs are used to express permission. Then ability means samarthya. Ability means samarthya. Can and could are two modal auxiliary verbs which are used to express ability. How? Let us take an example. I can lift this box. I can lift this box. ମୁଁ ଏହି ବାକ୍ସଟି ଟେକି ପାରିବି, ତଳୁ ଉଠାଇ ପାରିବି. That means I have the ability to lift this box. I am able to lift this box. So here the modal auxiliary verb can expresses the ability of the agent I. Can is the present ability. We can use could is the past ability. Could is the past ability. When I was a child, I could speak. I could speak English. I could speak English at 5. Here, could is the modal auxiliary verb. Past ability, it expresses past ability. ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ପିଲା ଥିଲି 5 ବର୍ଷରେ ମୁଁ ଇଂରାଜୀ କହିପାରୁଥିଲି. 5 ବର୍ଷ ବୟସରେ ମୁଁ ଇଂରାଜୀ କହିପାରୁଥିଲି. Then I had the ability of speaking English at the age of 5. So could is the past ability, can refers to present ability. Can and could both are used to express ability in a sentence. Thus we came to know that modal auxiliary verbs are used to express permission and to express ability. Then let us go to next point, probability or possibility ଯାହାକୁ ଓଡ଼ିଆରେ କହନ୍ତି ସମ୍ଭାବ୍ୟତା संभाव्यता. So let us now see which auxiliary verbs, modal auxiliaries are used to express possibility. Now can, could, may, might, can, could, may, might, will, would, should. All these modal auxiliary verbs are used to express probability. Let us see one after another, giving an example. Can, probability. He can tell lies at any time. At any time. He can tell lies at any time. से जेकोसी समय रे मिछ कहि पारंती. Can is a modal auxiliary verb which expresses probability. And it is probable, it is possible on his part to tell lies at any time. संभावना. He can tell lies at any time. Could is the past form of can. So he could be at home now. He could be at home now. So could also expresses probability. Could also express probability. Here can is the high probability, could is the low probability. उच्च संभावना. He can tell lies at any time. एटा उच्च संभावना. माने मिछ कहिबार संभावना बहुत. एटा बहुत हाई. But could लगे देले पास्ट फॉर्म में it is low probability. निच्च संभावना, कम संभावना अछि. Similarly, may. It may rain today. It may rain today. आजी वर्षा होई पारे. आजी वर्षा होई पारे. May expresses probability. It is high probability. वर्षा हमारा बहुत संभावना अछि. He might be at home now. Might है he might be at home now. Less probability. तो जाओ may और might they also express probability or संभावना. Then will, would they are also used to express probability. How will? Now father will be at home now. Father will be at home now. Father will be at home now. এটা অধিক নিশ্চিত. Will high probability. তো father will be at home now. Would হলে he would be at home now. He would be at home now. Would is the past form of will. Low probability. Will high probability, এটা low probability. কম সম্ভাবনা. Should is also a modal auxiliary verb which is used to express possibility. The cattle should be grazing. Grazing. The cattle should be grazing now. বর্তমান গোমে সাদি পশু চরুথিবে. So should is a modal auxiliary verb which is used to express probability. বর্তমানে বোধ हुए ক্যাটেল মানে চরুথিবে, ঘাস চরুথিবে. এর মধ্যে it is probable that they might be grazing in the field. Thus probability is expressed by some modal auxiliary verbs in a sentence. Then let us go to another point, that is request. Can, could, will, would. Can, could, will, would. Can or will less polite verb. Could, would more polite verb. Request they express request अनुरोध request माने अनुरोध REQUEST can you pass salt to me request डाइनिंग स्पेस रे खाई बसचंती जणे आउ जण को के लुण बढ़े देबा कहउचंती से रिक्वेस्ट अनुरोध करिवे कैन यू पास सॉल्ट टू मी एला ले पोलाइट फॉर्म मोर पोलाइट कोन हबो कुड यू पास सॉल्ट टू मी जणे जूनियर सीनियर को जदी रिक्वेस्ट करिवे इट इज बेटर टू यूज कुड more polite form but less polite form could you pass salt to me it's request it is the modal auxiliary verb could which expresses request similarly will you tell me your name please will you tell me your name please दया करी आपन ना कहिबे कि ए मध्य रिक्वेस्ट बुझौची मोर पोलाइट हेबो वुड यू माइंड टेलिंग मी योर नेम प्लीज PLAEASE would you mind telling me your name please this is another construction mind after mind ing is added to the main verb would you mind telling me your name please किछि मने करिवे नि मते किछि मने करिवेन तो आपन ना कहिबे एवं किछि मने करिवेन तो मते ना कहिबार किछि भाबिबेन तो एटा is more polite form would you mind telling me your name please will you tell me your name please एटा less polite form एटा more polite form thus can could will would these four modal auxiliary verbs are used to express request. Thus, we have learned modal auxiliary verbs are used to express permission, request, probability or possibility, etc. Then wish. Then advice, wish, obligation. Advice, ADVIC. Advice. Advice you should study hard कठिन परिश्रम करबा उचित this is my advice so here should is the modal auxiliary verb which expresses advice you should study hard but another thing that you should obey your parents पिता माता को कथा मानिबा उचित here it expresses obligation here we can use another modal auxiliary ought to ought to should mean same express obligation or कृतज्ञता पिता माता को आगे तुमे कृतज्ञ रहिछ कना पिता माता तुमरो भरण पोषण लालन पालन करंती तेन तुमे तांका कथा मानिबा उचित you ought to obey your parents or you should obey your parents wish केमते व्यवहार करा जाई परिगो ना देखो I should like to be a doctor should I should like to be a doctor DOCTOR this is my wish mo ichha I should like to be a doctor here should modal auxiliary verb expresses wish so should the modal auxiliary verb expresses obligation advice and wish different cases different sentence रे different situation ले सेही modal auxiliary verb different अर्थ प्रकाश करितान wish प्रकाश करे गेले मे मध्य लागे may you live long may God bless you here may the modal auxiliary verb may expresses wish so may and should are used to express wish whereas should is used to express obligation then shall shall will. These are two very important modal auxiliary verbs. They are used first plain future. Plain future. Shall is used to plain future. I shall be 16. I shall be 16 next year. I shall be 16 in next year. My father will go to market now. No planning has been made for going to market. Similarly, I shall be 16 next year. My father will go to market now. In these two sentences, shall and will are two modal auxiliary verbs. They express plain future. They express plain future. Another prediction. Prediction माने भविष्यवाणी. I shall miss you. It will rain tomorrow. I shall miss you. I shall miss you. It will rain tomorrow. It will rain tomorrow. এটা ভবিষ্যৎবাণী এখন দি prediction ভবিষ্যৎবাণী. Prediction has been expressed by these two modal auxiliary verbs shall will. Shall will express plain future prediction. Another also they use for promise. Shall and will are used for promise. How? I shall help you at any rate. I shall help you. I shall help you at any cost. ଯେକୌଣସି ପ୍ରକାରେ ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ ସାହାଯ୍ୟ କରିପାରିବି. ଏଟା ହେଲା ପ୍ରମିସ୍. I will give you. I will give you 500 rupees. ମୁଁ ତୁମକୁ 500 ଟଙ୍କା ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଦେବି. ନିଶ୍ଚିତ ଅର୍ଥରେ ଶପଥ promise. I promise to give you 500 rupees. Thus plain future, prediction and a promise. In these three cases, shall and will modal auxiliary verbs are used. Students, you will read your lessons grammar from your grammar book at home. You will find all these things in your grammar book. Another point is ରହିଲା ଆମର necessity used to need must dare. Need must dare. Need must dare. Used to is a modal auxiliary verb which expresses past habit. When I was a high school student, I used to swim in our village pond. ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ହାଇସ୍କୁଲ ଛାତ୍ର ଥିଲି ଆମ ଗ୍ରାମ ପୋଖରୀରେ ପୁଷ୍କରରେ ସନ୍ତରଣ କରୁଥିଲି. ଏଟା ପାଷ୍ଟ ହାବିଟ୍. When I was a high school student, I used to play football. I used to pray to God every evening. These are past habits. Used to. Must obligation. You must take care of your parents. Obligation ले must नामक ऑब्जेक्ट मोडल ऑब्जेक्ट व्यवहार करा जाए. Dare is used to express courage, साहस. ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ କଥା ପିଲା ମାନେ dare ମାନେ ସାହସ କରିବା ଏଟା ମୋଡାଲ ଅବଜେକ୍ଟ verb. It is used only in negative and interrogative sentence. Negative sentence, he dare not stand before his father. ବାପାଙ୍କ ଆଗରେ ଠିଆ ହେବାକୁ ସେ ସାହସ କରେ ନା. এটা নেগেটিভ সেন্টেন্স. how dare you insult me, how dare you insult me, এটা second sentence interrogative sentence, how dare you insult me, negative sentence interrogative sentence रे dare बाहर करेगा. Similarly need you need not take umbrella, it is not raining, the weather is fine, you need not take umbrella. Negative sentence रे need modal बाहर करेगा. Need you take my opinion, तुम्हें मोर मत चाह आवश्यक करो कि. तेणु ये सब हूँ आमर समस्त 13टा जाक मोडाल ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब व्यवहार. अल्प बहुते मु उदाहरण सह तुमको बुझेली. घरे तुम्हें ग्रामर बही पढ़ी डिटेल आइडिया पाइबो एवं एक्सरसाइज करिवो. लास्टली आई एम टेलिंग यू वन थिंग, व्हाट इज द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्राइमरी ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब एंड मोडाल ऑक्सिलरी वर्ब. Now, a primary auxiliary verb can be used independently without the help of the main verb in a sentence. You see, he is a teacher. He is a teacher. He is teaching. He is teaching grammar. He is teaching grammar. In the second sentence, is the primary auxiliary verb, teaching is the main verb. Teaching है ला main verb, is है ला auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary. किंतु he is a teacher. This primary auxiliary verb is used independently. It is used as main verb. Main verb पे व्यवहार नहीं पड़ला. किंतु not a single modal auxiliary verb can be used independently without the help of a main verb. He will go to Cuttack. I shall read a book. Here will shall परे निश्चित रूप main verb आसिबो. Without main verb, the modal auxiliary verbs can never be used. So I think you must have understood something about the use of modal auxiliary verbs. I am closing my discussion with this. I request you to share, like, subscribe and give comment on my video. Then we will meet in our next video. Thank you all. I remain with this. Jai Jagannath.